Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE 2K16 Universe Mode. I know a lot of people have done this, and yesterday I actually played Extreme Rules. All the matches that were going on this Sunday at Extreme Rules, I played, went through all of that. However, the problem is that it didn't upload. Unfortunately, I believe I forgot to archive it immediately after showing it on this Twitch stream. And because of that, I could not upload Extreme Rules, but I am not going to replay it because I would have to go back and I'd have to re-enter all the tag teams. I'd have to change all of the crowd reactions. I would have to change all the champions, and it would take about half an hour to reset all of that. So I will refer to what happened at Extreme Rules. However, tonight we're going to kick things off. Dean Ambrose had one hell of a match against Chris Jericho. It ended a little bit prematurely as Ambrose ended up defeating Y2J for the second time as he at Payback and at Extreme Rules got victories over Y2J Chris Jericho. Now, we are on the road to Elimination Chamber, which means that there are going to be Chamber qualification matches. And if you are watching this right now, whether it be on the Twitch stream or whether it be on YouTube following this, we're going to have number one contenders matches. We're going to have 5 number one contenders matches for the WWE Championship, 5 number one contenders matches for the Intercontinental Championship, 5 number one contenderships for the United States Championship, and 5 number one contendership matches for the WWE Women's Championship. So, with that said, we are going to have a number of qualification matches, and if you would like to see any in particular match to qualify for those championships, just comment in the comment section below, and we will happily make that happen if it is plausible. Now, this universe mode has normal matches. We're not going no Undertaker versus Stone Cold Steve Austin type stuff. Undertaker's going to come back towards the end of the year, closer to WrestleMania. Stone Cold Steve Austin may come back as a surprise return at some point, but I wouldn't expect it anytime soon. So we're going to kick things off with Dean Ambrose and Stardust, and unfortunately for everyone, they missed Extreme Rules. We had a couple of people come in and out of that stream at Extreme Rules, but unfortunately, nobody really stayed through the whole thing. We did see a number of championships change hands, and in fact, all of the new champions are in competition here tonight. So we're going to see some of those new champions. But here comes Stardust, and Stardust was not at Extreme Rules last night. But here on Monday Night Raw, Stardust is going to try and knock off Dean Ambrose. And knocking off Dean Ambrose could put him into a championship match. Number one contendership matches. I mean, we're going to have 15 of them for male singles championships. We already know there is already one match set in stone, which is a tag team championship match between the Vaudevillains and the New Day, as they will rematch for those tag team titles at Elimination Chamber. The match type has not been set in stone yet, but we do know that that will happen as the Vaudevillains have to defend their newly won championships at Elimination Chamber. Well, here is Stardust, ladies and gentlemen. Stardust getting ready to take on the Lunatic Fringe. Here comes Dean Ambrose. And Dean Ambrose got Jericho off his back last night in one heck of a match, as he ended up defeating Y2J for the second time in 2 months. And I'm going to be really intrigued to see what happens with Ambrose next. Most likely, we already know we've got a WWE Elimination Chamber match. We've got an Intercontinental Championship Elimination Chamber match. We've got a United States Elimination Chamber match. We've got a Women's Elimination Chamber match. We've got a Tag Team title match, which means there are 2 matches that we need to figure out exactly where they're going to go, and that most likely is going to happen at some point over the next 4 weeks, and we're going to figure out exactly what this is going to turn out to be. So here we go, Ambrose and Stardust. Now what we're going to do is we are going to watch the entirety of Monday Night Raw, NXT, and SmackDown over the next number of days. What I'm attempting to do is pretty much every single day bring everybody a Pokemon Pitch Black randomizer, at least, the very least, 1 part, if not 2. I'm going to aim for 2 to 3 parts every day, and I'm going to attempt at least 1 episode of WWE 2K16 every single day. So my attempt is that tomorrow NXT, and the day after that SmackDown. Of course, I do have a job, so there's no guarantee for sure, but my best guess is that I'm going to be able to bring it every single day. And hopefully, you know, people start noticing this universe mode. They tune in every day. They try and follow my Twitch stream. Perhaps they find it entertaining to watch these Twitch streams.
Some claim Stardust is the product of an identity
right now,
crisis.
I did post a couple of Madden videos on my channel recently, as in I did it yesterday, and well, we had an interesting time, but because of the lack of CPU versus CPU options in that game, that's really on the back burner. What I'm trying to attempt to do, and what I'm going to do, is have every single day, I'm going to bring you 1 episode of WWE 2K16 Universe Mode, and I'm going to attempt to bring every single day and 2 episodes, maybe even 3. Like today, I did 3 episodes of Pokemon Pitch Black Ultimate Randomizer Nuzlocke. So my best attempt is getting those 2 things out every single day, and on Wednesdays to do a vlog, which I'm thankful for the 8 people that have watched the vlog so far. It means a lot to me to see people actually take interest in that vlog. In fact, I've even got 2 likes on it. So that's always a plus for me. A lot of people liked that Pokemon Randomizer, at least the first episode of the Pokemon Randomizer Nuzlocke, as we got over 20 views on that, and I thank you very much. And a kick out right there, that was really close to keeping Ambrose down. And Stardust back on the attack here, and Ambrose is having a little bit of a rough time. I do want everybody to know that I have changed up the universe mode a little bit, so that we've got a little bit, it's a little bit more dramatic. There's not really a huge gap between the best overall and the worst. In fact, I think the lowest overall that I now have is around 84 or 85, and the highest is probably around 97. I believe John Cena actually has the highest. I don't know. In fact, John Cena will be here next week. He will be competing for a WWE Championship #1 Contenders match next week. I have not yet chosen his opponent, but what I will tell you is that I would look out for some legends to show up next week, and even on SmackDown. I think SmackDown's main event, we're going to have our first contendership match for an Intercontinental title bout. We already know that one person is in it, and that's the Intercontinental Champion Kevin Owens. I also believe that due to the rematch clause, we'll have The Miz in that match. So that's the one person that's already qualified to the Intercontinental Championship match. And the Women's Championship is a similar situation, as Charlotte will automatically be in that match, despite losing the title to Natalya. she basically automatically gets that match. She does not have to qualify. So Miz and Charlotte don't have to qualify. We already know those two competitors. Then we have Kalisto, which is the United States champion. He will be in an Elimination Chamber match. And we know Roman Reigns will be in Elimination Chamber matches. If you saw that match, there aren't a lot of people that did, but if you saw that match, that was one heck of a match between Roman Reigns and AJ Styles at Extreme Rules, ending up with Roman Reigns picking up the victory. He's still the champion, but look forward to Elimination Chamber. He'll have to defend it against 5 superstars, and historically speaking, there is about a 20% chance that Roman Reigns will walk out with the championship still in hand. So the number of times that I've done this universe mode, most of the time during Elimination Chamber, the champion does not walk out unscathed. But again, if you want to see any in particular matchups, comment, or when this gets posted on YouTube, make sure to leave a comment on YouTube of what type of #1 contendership matches you believe we should see for the WWE Intercontinental and United States Championship Elimination Chamber matches at the end of the month. And remember, Grandmaster Shaymin, same exact name. Just look that up on YouTube and you'll find it. So I'm going to be very interested to see exactly what goes on for the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view at the end of the month. Tomorrow we will be streaming NXT live, probably around the same time, if not a little bit later. But if you just favorite this channel, perhaps you'll see that. In fact, I'm debating if I can automatically post when I'm live streaming on Twitch on YouTube. That would be something that could be helpful. So just subscribe to YouTube, Grandmaster Shaymin, and you will get updates on when I'm live on YouTube, on the PlayStation 4 Twitch live stream. So Stardust right now in firm control. Surprisingly, Stardust has been in front. Speaking of firm control, the disaster kick. The disaster kick. And here we go. Will it keep Ambrose down? 1, 2, and a kick out. No, it can't keep Ambrose down for the 3 count. So Stardust trying to pull an upset. If Stardust can pull an upset here, perhaps he can qualify. Maybe people can vie for him to be in a WWE Championship #1 contenders match for that Elimination Chamber match towards the end of this wrestling month, and at least in the game. Of course, tomorrow will be NXT, so every day I'll bring out another episode. Oh man, and Ambrose going for that submission hold. And will Stardust tap out? Will Stardust tap out? No, he will not. So Stardust still alive in this matchup here. But Ambrose going for the cover. And a kick out by Stardust. Stardust not staying down. Stardust has been in relative control of this match. But Ambrose recently has picked up the pace, and here comes Stardust on the attack. And Ambrose now. Ambrose now trying to get back into control of this matchup. Stardust. Seeks out a big move here. And there's a nice backdrop by Stardust, and Stardust now going for the quick cover, and he can't even get a 1 count. Not even a 1 count by Stardust. And Ambrose answering back here. But I've got to say, if you want to see any in particular matchups, comment, and on YouTube, leave a like, subscribe, comment, everything that you believe needs to be said. Let me tell you this. On YouTube, Grandmaster Shaymin, I have a series from Madden Simulation Mode. I've got Pokemon Pitch Black, Ultimate Randomizer, and of course, I'm going to have this very episode of Monday Night Raw live right now, and then on YouTube when I post it. But if you want to see any matches, let me know, because input is always a good thing, in my opinion. So here comes Stardust. And Ambrose gets out of that one unscathed. And Ambrose coming off of a big win against Chris Jericho at Extreme Rules in that Asylum match. Can he pick up the win against Stardust here tonight? He's having a hell of a time. and a kick out at 2. So start